Hello everybody and welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the MakeToys Transformer Mixer. As you can see, it's quite clearly a third-party redeco of the Constructicon Mixmaster. Now, this is him obviously in cement mixer mode. He does have a little bit of kibble, so his gun here. It does attach on there. That's not really where it's meant to be done. However, you can attach it on there for storage or just to give him another weapon. So we'll take it off there. I just wanted to show you that ability to begin with. The other thing he has is this little power generator as well. This is more of a use when combined into Devastator, or Giant Type 61 as MakeToys call him. However, at this point in time it's just a little power generator, so you can just have some movement. You can do this as well, as you can see, but that just flips out like that. Same deal on that side. But ultimately, these are, at the moment, they're a little bit superfluous. They do have some ability in robot mode, but predominantly these are for use with Devastator. So, that's the little hook that the little power converter hooked on. As you can see, there's a, maybe you can't see, but there, trust me, there is a little hole there that connects onto that. And quite nicely, that just swings out the way as well, which is quite a nice touch. So in terms of the cement mixer mode for Mixer or Mixmaster, do you know what? Pretty good. The cab feels a little bit too bulky for the rest of it. Otherwise, that works well. You know, the colour scheme is good. It looks convincing. Even the hole at the back here, which is part of Devastator, actually that looks quite right. That's about where you would expect cement to come out. So they've made it so it works pretty well in truck mode. The detail on the truck is pretty good. As you can see, you've got little handles for doors. You've even got vents, little vent. I know obviously that's a screw, but you've got vents there for him. Little fuel pods. The wheels all turn. They're plastic, but they do all turn. You know, on the front, okay, it's missing windscreen wipers. But otherwise, you know, that's not too bad at all. It's perhaps the front's a little plain. It's got quite a lot of going onto it, but you know, there's big areas where there's just nothing. That said, overall, I can't really fault it too much. You know, it's a shame that this doesn't turn. You know, it's a fixed part of it, but otherwise, that's pretty good. Now, as in common with a lot of third-party toys, they aren't the easiest to transform. Mixmaster or Mixer is slightly easier than the rest. We'll come to the others over time, but they are pretty difficult to transform. Devastator himself, once he's transformed, he's alright, but he is a little bit prone to falling apart. To be fair, the original G1 character, even more likely to be prone apart, so you've got to give credit to MakeToys for solving that, or at least helping that a bit. We do have instructions here. They're not too bad. They're clearer than a lot of others, particularly unique toys as well. And actually, they come together in a really nice little book here, as well as, of course, detailing their other types of, their slight redecos of Giant Type 61 or Devastator. But you know what? It's pretty good. The colours are probably a little bit washed out there. That's actually a really vibrant green. There, let's try and get some reflected light on that. But it's a really nice little transformation book. So just a special mention to that, because most just give you paper of that, but this is a proper booklet. It is pretty good quality. So the cab of Mixer is his feet. Fairly standard for most versions of the transformation. So you want to begin by flipping this down like that. Now it does all come apart because you also have, as you can see here, his legs. Now, in terms of truck mode, this all comes up like it. That all comes up like that as well. And then you can just see how it's joined together there. That needs to flip out. That goes up like that. And then you have the actual foot there. So now let's do the same on the other side. Flip that up like that. That then flips up like that. And that comes out. And that's his feet. I say his feet, it's his full legs. Are you convinced by that? I'm not, and I don't think that that's correct at all. it is. There we are, there's the picture of the finished guy. Just looks a bit odd, don't it? It kind of feels that these parts here should flip all the way around. They don't, that is how it looks. It just, you look at that, it does look a little bit odd. Never mind. It's still quite a sturdy thing, a sturdy construction. It just, I don't know, that looks a bit odd. Never mind. So now we've done the feet, hard part in many respects. You've now got the face. You can see his face hidden there. So what we need to do now is move the arms free. So, is it easier said than done? Actually, no, it's not, because you see, you just prise it open. So again, prise that. You can see how this is doing. That's loosened like that. Goes down, round. Arms are free. And then you've got the shoulder, the elbow. You've got an elbow, and the hands. There we go. Mixmaster, or mixer, depending on what you want to call it. Now, the guns are actually quite nifty little things here, because the way they are, with that, like that, it does look a bit like they're a machine gun with the bullet hole on them. Just flips. I kind of want to say it flips like that, and it is right. But I realised he was holding the magazine, but that is actually how it's meant to be. So again, it looks like he's got a machine gun with the slide like that. Pretty decent guy. There's so much manoeuvrability with these guys, there really is. So you've got joints there. He does have a knee as well. The feet move, they angle that way as well, so you've got so much angling on there. You've got elbows. The whole arm rotates. You can do that, so you can have him go like that. You know, he could literally be a mixmaster for DJing. One thing he doesn't have is his hands. They are fixed. You know, they don't rotate at all. It's not a big thing, to be perfectly honest, because there's so much manoeuvrability elsewhere. I've also got to show the fact that his waist moves as well. You have such a great manoeuvrability elsewhere. The fact that his hands don't move is fairly minor, to be perfectly honest with you. It is a feature of third-party toys. That's not to get blasé about it, but you would expect to have that kind of manoeuvrability. And I'm pleased there is, because it really, really works. Now, on to these little things. Now, you get one with Mixmaster. You also get another one. This is for one of the other guys. We'll consult our handy little book here. So, the other one who has this, consulting it for the names, of course, because, heck, I know the constructor's name, but I don't know the other one. Wheel loader, scavenger, not scavenger, scrapper. Wheel loader, as they call him, also has one, but wheel loader doesn't have the ability to do anything with it in robot mode, whereas Mixer does. So, come around this side. You can see here, there's a little hole here, one on the other side as well. Just need to get the arm out of the way, because there's a tab there, and there's a tab on the other side. So it doesn't really matter which way round you want to go. Go this way round. That slots into there. This will then do exactly the same into this side here. You tab them together. It makes him bulkier. It gives him, I suppose they're all, you could almost say are they jump packs? Are they power, jump jets, boosters, backpacks? Who knows? There's no description. And of course it's all in Japanese, which maybe there is a description, but I don't read Japanese. There we are. If you can read that in Japanese, please tell me. I assume it's Japanese, of course. I might be doing you a disservice. It could be Chinese. I don't know. It's certainly not English, and it's not a Roman alphabet. So if it's Japanese, if it's Chinese, apologies for the mistake. I don't know what that says or not. But anyway, in terms of our guy here, he's now got a backpack, jump jets, call them what you will. They look good. Makes him a little bit more prone to toppling over, so you do just need to be a little bit more careful in how you position him. But you know what? This guy is good. And the fact that he makes use of the excess kibble that you need to form Devastator is good. As you can see, they with it on, he's a little bit wobbly, this is fine. Once we get him in a pose, it looks alright. He looks a little bit like he's walking. Maybe not the best pose ever, but do you know what? We're not going to fault too much, are we? It looks good. Perhaps we'll try and send him like that. Anyway, rather than you watching me trying to do this, talk about toy. They aren't cheap. Absolutely not. I bought these as a pack, so all in one. I can't remember the price. It was in the hundreds. It wasn't cheap at all. Do you get your money's worth? Well, if you consider there's 6 Constructicons, and the normal price for one of these guys, not a Constructicon, but a third-party combiner transformer, you're talking, what, 40, 50 pound, 60 pound? Heck, I've seen some go for 70. Let's say 50 pounds a nice mark. 6 of them, 300 quid. So you get them for less than that, you're doing well. It is a lot of money. It's far more than, for example, the Titan version of Devastator that was recently released. Probably double that. Are they worth it? Well, I don't have the Titan version, so I can't do a direct comparison. You'll be able to see some other videos for that. But just doing it on what he is, I would have to say yes. I mean, let's compare him with the original release of Skywarp, so the Generation 1 version. Commemorative edition, you can tell by the silly missiles. There isn't really a comparison, and it's perhaps a little bit unfair to do so. But the size, the flexibility, the detail is brilliant. Now, I don't have the original Constructicons. My brother does, but of course he's not here. The original Constructicons are what, about that high? You're looking at almost double that size, and for considerably more detail. So let's compare it with the more modern release. So the Combiner Wars version of Smokescreen. 20 quid. Detail, good manoeuvrability, good detail, good everything. Guy's even bigger. They're both combiners. Perhaps a better combiner is Mixer. In that it's a more detailed combiner, it's a more accurate combiner. And let's also not forget that Smokescreen is a redeco himself. He's a redeco of the Stunticons, whereas Mixer here is a brand new mould. I know they've redecoed it a few times itself, but bearing in mind this is the original one, so this would be where all the costs would be, you can understand why they cost more, because it's a new mould for a third party. It's not a big organisation like Hasbro, it is a third party, MakeToys. One could argue they're on dodgy ground, copying effectively the Hasbro characters, and yes they are. I mean, you can't copyright the idea of a cement truck that turns into a robot, which is how they get away with it. The fact that they look like the Constructicons is incidental. Have a look at the detail then. So, he's got good, I mean the face is too much to zoom there. Face is good. As you can see, he's even got little marks there that just on his chin, on his cheeks, that look good. The whole robot is particularly impressive. I like the chest panel. The detail on the arms really works. I say the whole flexibility is good. The one thing I'm a little bit alluded to is the fact that these, they look a bit better now. Now you get a bit used to them, but I do feel it'd be better if they'd flipped all the way round. It probably would have made it difficult to do. But that said, overall, it's a great toy. It looks good. Yay, yeah, it's expensive. There's no getting away from that. And that's probably the biggest negative about the Constructicons. For that matter, the Predacons, the third-party release of those, third-party release of the they are Terracons, yeah, the Terracons, so Abominus. All the third-party releases, they are expensive. On the other hand, the quality is very good. The detail is very good. The manoeuvrability is very good. I would have to say that, from what I've seen, they are better than the Hasbro releases. Certainly, I don't think you're going to get one of these and think, I wish I had saved myself some money and bought the Hasbro release. I just don't think you are. Hasbro releases are good. I'm not slighting them at all. They are good. It's just these are better. You just got to pay a bit more for it. And once you do get hold of one, you do appreciate the difference. Difference in height. They look good. We compare them with the other guys. They look good. Manoeuvrability. This, it's a shame his hands don't move, but I'm not really going to have a problem with that. But the level of articulation there, I wish I had that kind of articulated kid. Most of them, the arms, if they moved at all, they went up and down. To be able to do something like that, is unheard of from the original toys. The fact that he's got a waist, he's got full articulation there. His feet, I'm collectively with all of them, the feet are they're just full manoeuvrability. It's brilliant. You can actually have them running. You can never have them running before. You can never have them. The original Constructicons, they stood up and their arms moved up and down. That was it. And you had to do the rest with your imagination. Here, you can still do it with your imagination for the stories, but now your characters can actually pose as well. They can point their gun at someone. Yeah, the Combiner Wars guys can do that as well. Smokescreen here, he can do that too. His head does move, so he can do exactly the same sort of thing. So you are paying more, but again, I don't want to labour the point too much, but this is a redeco. This is an original mould. You do expect to pay a little bit more for that. So, I know I've laboured the point a bit, and apologies, so thank you for sticking with me for this. We won't do this for all the Constructicons, at least I'll try not to do it for all the Constructicons. Is Mixer a good buy? Yes. Is he a good robot? Yes. Is he expensive? Oh yeah, but you get what you pay for ultimately. We will do all the Constructicons, so please stay around. We'll look at all the others, and of course we'll look at them in Devastator mode as well. I'm not going to show you how to combine him into Devastator just yet, as we'll do them all at once at the end. So, after that fairly lengthy review, I think it justified for a lengthy review because you want to get an idea of what you're paying for. It's relatively easy to transform, makes a nice change from most of the third-party combiners, I must say. But relatively easy to transform. Looks great. Pose, great. Robot mode is good. Cement Mixer mode is good. Devastator mode, which we'll see later, is fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave your comments below, click on the other links. I'll see you on the rest of the Constructicon videos. Thank you. Goodbye.